everyone, this is Dr. Qusay Faisal with you. We are going to go through new topics about memory hierarchy design and cache mapping to improve computer speed. First of all, we are going to go for memory hierarchy design as I explained in the last lecture. So first of all, this is the lecture output. So level of memory hierarchy design, memory hierarchy principal operation, and cache memory with multiple memory models. Then we are going to go for memory hierarchy technology, and this is one of the important topics, cache memory mapping. We are going to handle it today. There are three types of mapping: direct mapping, associative mapping, or they name it full associative mapping, and the third type is set associative mapping. There are two types of set associative mapping: 2 ways and 4 ways. We are going to go through this one later on. Finally, we are going to go through comparison between the three types of mapping. So I'm going to explain each type of mapping, and then we compare between the three types of mapping. So first of all, the level of memory hierarchy design. Thus, give you idea about it last lecture. So the first of all, the memory start with a microprocessor at the top, okay, which is register. The microprocessor. Then the closest to the microprocessor is the cache memory, or we name it room, or another name we call it static memory. Then we have a dynamic memory, or we name it the name in the market called RAM, random access memory. Then disk, it could be there is a flash memory or something like that. Then disk, then tap. So that's the level. So when you go farther from the microprocessor, it's going to go lower speed until you reach to the last one. If you go closer, if you choose level closer to the microprocessor, it will be faster speed. So that's the level of memory. Now, what's the processor? What's the process, or what is the operation of these levels? So basically, the memory, the information is saved inside the hard disk, but the address of the information, which is the most common information, is saved inside the cache memory. However, there is a problem with the cache memory. The cache memory is to have low size. Of course, the cache memory is very high speed. See here, the first thing after the microprocessor, you are going to go to cache memory. So this is the faster, or the fastest process. Then you go to the, after that, if the information not found in the cache memory, so it's going to be searched into the RAM, or the dynamic memory. If it's not found, so it will go to the flash memory, or it will go to the disk, okay, or it will go to the top. So the main disk, or the hard disk, it's big size, okay, but the and also is very cheap comparing to the RAM, but it's very slow. You know, the information, to get the information from this, you have to wait for some time. So the recent opened information is going to be saved inside the static memory, or the cache memory, inside the room, okay. So that's the difference. So this is the cache memory, or the room. We name it upper level. The upper level is the closest, is the closer one to the microprocessor. It's very fast, as I mentioned, but it's very expensive because it used very expensive technology to make it. That's why it's expensive. And because it's expensive, so is a small size. Nowadays you could have a cache memory with 2 gigabyte or 4 gigabyte, which is much faster than before. However, 2 gigabyte or 4 gigabyte is still small if you compare it with the RAM or the dynamic memory. It have the size nowadays 8 gigabyte. If you have very powerful computer, so you could get the RAM with 16 gigabyte. So that's, we name it the lower level. So the lower level memory or RAM is the one which is farther, it comes after the cache memory. It's bigger size, however is a slower speed, okay, is less expensive. Now if you go to Ali Namali, maybe you could get the RAM with 8 gigabyte. You could get it something like with 4 gigabyte you could get something like $40, only $40 you get. But again, this is depend on your motherboard. It could get an extra RAM or not. So if you could get extra RAM, so of course you will get higher speed, faster, so it's better. But if you cannot get extra RAM, the motherboard cannot hold extra RAM, so there is no need to buy it, okay, because you are not going to use it. However, if the microprocessor is going to search for the information inside the upper level, inside the cache memory, which is room, if the information not found here, so it's going to search inside the lower level memory. If it's not found in the lower level memory, what's going to happen? It's going to search on the lower level, which is inside the hard disk, or inside the flash memory, or inside the CD. If you have CD, you put it in your computer. So it's going to search for further level. The search, it will cost extra time, okay, and then when the mapping memory is going to come in place, I'm going to search to explain it later on in this lecture. So that's the process. See here, this is the processor. It's going to search for information here inside the cache memory. Now inside, if the information not found inside the cache memory, is going to search it inside the RAM, okay. If the information not found inside the RAM, inside the hard disk, and the latest open information is going to save inside the cache memory. So when you request it again, so it's going to be open fast. So it's just first time, okay. First time is going to take time to search for the information, but when you open it second time, if you open it recently, if you open the information recently, so it definitely saved inside the room, so it's going to open fast. And the information which is not open, more recently, more frequently, is going to be deleted from the RAM, or it was going to be deleted from the room and shift to the RAM. And also, if it's not open for long time inside the RAM, is going to be deleted. And of course, here what's going to be saved here is not the information itself, but the address of the information, because all the information, of course, is saved inside the hard disk, is not inside the room or RAM. All the information is saved inside the hard disk, but the address of the information which is saved inside the hard disk, the address is going to be saved inside the RAM or room. So that's the process of the hierarchy design. Now the time, if the time saved inside the room, thus we name it hit rate, okay, and it's going to be open fast. If the information saved inside the RAM, thus we name it miss rate. Now, what is the hit rate and what is the miss rate? Thus I explained it last time, and I think is one of the question come to the exam in the midterm. So the hit rate is the fraction of memory access found in the upper level, which is upper level, which I mean is the room. Okay, hit rate is the time to access upper level, which consists of RAM access plus the time determined. So that's the hit rate. What is the miss rate? Miss rate is the information is saved inside the RAM. Okay, so that's the time. It will be longer than the hit rate. Hit rate is very fast to get the information. The miss rate, it will be longer time. So it will be the data needed to be retrieved from the block in the lower level or in the RAM. So it's going to be 1 minus the hit rate. So that's the miss rate. Now there is a miss penalty rate, is the time to replace block in the upper level. So if you open the information, okay, is the time, it is going to take time to bring the to bring the information here in the upper level. Okay, and the non, if there is information is not opened for a long time, that's going to be deleted. Okay, and it will be replaced about the information which is open recently. So the recent of information, you open it, so it's going to be open fast when you open it second time, faster than first time. So the miss penalty rate is the time to replace the information here in the upper level. So that's the penalty rate. Now we are going to go for cache memory. Cache memory is show the main memory data will get mapped into the cache memory. What I mean by map? Okay, actually the memory, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, the memory is not the information is not going to be saved inside the memory. The information is still saved inside the main memory, but what's going to be saved inside the room or RAM is going to be saved the address of the memory. Okay, so there is mapping to save the information. Okay, so the data will stay in the main memory, but the duplicate will be dumped into the cache memory. So that's mean map memory. There are three types of map memory. As I mentioned at the beginning of the lecture, there is direct mapping, associative mapping, set associative mapping. Now direct mapping is the easiest memory to easiest map to be set in the memory. This is the explanation. I am going to upload video explained by professor from India. Is going to explain it. Actually, I like his explanation, and I want you to listen to this video. The video title is direct cache mapping. Look into this one. Then we have after that associative map. So the associative mapping, it have advantage than direct mapping. Direct mapping, you could open just one information at one time. Okay, now what about if you want to open 2 files or 3 files in one time? What you are going to do? So you go to something called associative mapping. Now associative mapping, you could open something like 10 page, 20 page all at one time, so it's very fast. But the problem on this one, actually there is advantage. The thing is they use something called CAM, content addressable memory. So that was CAM. Okay, now with using this advantage, so it make you possible to open any file at any time. Okay, so it's very fast. But the problem of this technology is expensive. Because this technology is expensive, so it's too difficult to do this one. Okay, to do this memory. However, now in the market, if you buy any computer and also your laptop, your desktop, they're using something called set associative mapping. Now the set associative mapping, it have something like direct mapping, but more than direct mapping, it have something like set associative mapping. There are two kind of set associative. There's two-way and four-way. Two-way, that mean you could open two file at one time. Four-way, that mean you could open four file at one time. So the explanation of set associative mapping also explained in video by the same Indian professor. I liked his explanation. His explanation is perfect and very understood. I wish from all of you to listen to his video. Now finally, now here there's advantage and disadvantage of the three types. Okay, that's it for today's video. Please look to the explained video by the Indian professor for the three types of mapping. Now thanks to all of you. Goodbye.